The first music video that I am going to analyse is Brainstorm by Sheffield-based indie rock band Arctic Monkeys. This song was released on the 2nd of April 2007 and was the first single on the album Favourite Worst Nightmare. The 5 members that currently make up the band are Alex Turner, Jamie Cook, Nick O'Marley, Matt Helder and John Ashton. The Arctic Monkeys started off their career when they started getting attention from the BBC as well as the British tabloid press. Eventually, in June of 2005, Arctic Monkeys signed to Domino record label because they were apparently interested in the DIY ethic of Domino owner Lawrence Bell. They then went on to release their first single, I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, which went straight to #1 in the charts. For the first 3 seconds of this video, there is a long shot of the band, but it is very difficult to see the band as they are surrounded by smoke and lighting is also very dim. I think they do this because they are still a relatively new band, and I believe they do this to keep some mystery about themselves. This shot lasts for approximately 3 seconds. We then get a camera shot from just above the drums as if we are looking across towards the guitarist. This connotes that we are looking at him for a purpose, because during this shot the music starts and we can see him strumming the guitar, as well as the drummer drumming the drum with the drumsticks. After this, we get another long shot of the band while they are surrounded by the smoke and in dim lighting, except from this time, all of the band members are playing an instrument. This is an establishing shot so that we can see all of the members of the band and their role. This shot lasts for approximately 7 seconds. Next, we have a mid-shot of the drummer and one guitarist that is in clear view and another harder to see behind the drummer. This shot is once again surrounded by smoke and in a very dim lighting, keeping up the mysterious feel to the video. We then get a very sharp zoom into the drummer before the shot snaps to a long shot of a digital pixelated screen that seems to be changing to the bass of the music. This connotes that this music is modern as they are using modern technology. This shot is also a shot that is very poorly lighted, except from the screen that is very bright and lighting parts of the shot. We then get a lot of quick flashing images. The first is a snapshot to the band playing the song, then a snapshot to the large pixelated screen that still seems to be flashing to the music beat. We then get a snapshot to a number of dancers in front of what appears to be a large pixelated screen. This shot is once again very dark and poorly lighted. The only thing that actually appears to be lighting the shot is the pixelated screen, but it's not lighted up enough to see the dancers in any detail at all. We then get a snapshot to the band again, but this time it is a shot from behind the drummer while he's playing the drums. We still don't get to see his face in this shot, and also none of the other members are in it. All of these shots are in quick succession of each other, and at a very quick tempo. The camera then snaps to a mid-shot of the dancers with the pixelated screen behind them. This connotes sexual entrancement as the dancers seem to be very hot and sweaty. And then another snapshot to a long shot, larger pixelated screen. We then get a mixed shot of 3 different snapshots of the band, the dancers and the pixelated dancers at a variety of different angles. We then get an image come up on the screen of an old black and white picture with an X-ray view so that we can see what is on the inside of his throat. We then get another shot of the dancers while they are dancing in front of the pixelated screen, except this time we are a bit further out. We then get another snapshot to the band while they are playing, but the camera seems to be laid on the floor for this shot so that we can see the drummer pressing the pedals for the drums and also one of the guitarists tapping his feet to the rhythm. And then we snap to another shot of the drum, but this time we are higher up as if we are looking over the skin of the drum. In this shot we can see all of the members of the band, but it's still very poorly lit and impossible to see any of their faces. There is then another quick camera shot of the dancers in front of the pixelated screen. We then get a cut back to a black and white image, and there are now what is assumed to be sound waves coming from his mouth. This connotes singing and a very basic diagram of how singing works. We then get a camera shot of the drummer and then a quick pan shot from left to right so that we can see the rest of the band. This is an establishing shot, meaning to establish the band. Then we get another quick shot of the black and white image that is now producing sound waves from its mouth, and then we cut back to the band and get a very quick camera shot from where the pan shot left it. We then get a mid shot of some dancers, and in the camera shot we get some rather bright flashing lights. This is the first time in the video we see some actual bright light. We then get a long shot of the dancer in front of the pixelated screen, and in this shot we can see a reflection of the pixelated screen and the shadows of the dancers on the floor. We then get a cut to just the pixelated screen on its own, and then we get a cut going to a long shot of the band. In this shot, the only thing that is slightly lit up is the band, showing they are the most important thing in the room. There's then a cut to another long angle shot from behind the drum where we can see the drums close up on one of the guitarists in the band in the background. Then there's another cut back to the long shot of the band where we can see all members of the band while they are shrouded in smoke. There's now a cut to the band again, and this camera is from the top of the drum skin, and we can get a very sharp zoom into the drumsticks while the drummer is playing. Then we get a cut to the dancers while they are in front of the large pixelated screen. We then get a cutaway to a medium long shot of the chorus just as the guitar rhythm in the song changes to a slower pace, and we can see it strumming to the beat on the guitar lowers in tempo. We then get a cut back to the dancers, but this time at further distance. This is an establishing shot of the dancers and the pixelated screen behind them. And then a cut back to the band, but at a similar distance to what the dancers were. This is a graphic match. There's then a cut back to the dancers, which are a medium long shot, but this time the only lighting seems to be a dark red light. This shows tenseness and danger. It then cuts to a different angle of the dancers, but there is one dancer in the middle of the screen, and then we get a sharp zoom into the dancer's chest. This is a sexual attraction for the male audience to try and keep them watching. We then get a The first camera shot we see in this song is a close-up shot of just example seats, as well as the word example in the middle of the screen. Everything in this shot seems to be clean and crisp. As the music goes on, one of the feet in the shot starts to tap to the beat of the music. Also, the word in the middle of the screen starts bobbing up and down as if it is being bounced by the beat of the music. This connotes that the music is quite basic and stereotypically represents drum and bass music. This shot lasts for 4 seconds. It then changes to someone else's feet with the opposite foot tapping to the beat. In the next shot, the image splits in half, and we have one of the example's feet tapping and one of the other feet from the previous image tapping. This is known as a graphic match. The two feet then start changing and to a lot of different feet, like it is randomizing between different people's feet. I believe this is also a graphic match. The screen then splits into 4 quarters and 4 different feet while they are still randomizing. After a couple of seconds of this shot, the screen then splits again into 8 different boxes while there are still randomizing feet. After another couple of seconds, it splits yet again into 16 different boxes of randomizing feet. Within these shots of randomizing feet, there are only 2 prominent backgrounds. One is of hard floor with some stairs. In this background, the randomizing feet are just male feet. In the other background, there is fluffy flooring and a chair with gold legs. In this background, only female feet appear. This connotes the difference in gender. There is also stereotypical of gender and what they like, as they are assuming that all women like fluffy carpets and gold chairs and men do not. The boxes then seem to fizzle out one box at a time to reveal a medium shot of a woman stroking her hair. This connotes sexual attraction that women have on men. At this point the singing starts, the camera then cuts away and the screen once again splits into 2. In one half there is example singing the song, and in the other is of the same woman who we can assume is example's girlfriend in this video. The 2 camera shots then switch sides and we see a close-up of the woman going to grab example's hand. At this point in the song the words say, "might be holding your hand." The images then swap sides again, and this time the woman's hand seems to slip away from example's, and at the same time the song says, "I bet I'm holding it loose." So we are getting visual examples to what the words are saying. The image then swaps sides again, and this is a medium shot. The right hand side image is of example with his girlfriend sat down, while the left hand image is still a close-up of example actually singing the song. The image then swaps sides again, and we get a closer look of example's face while he's sat with his girlfriend, and he seems to look unimpressed. This connotes that he's not attracted to his girlfriend in this scene, or that he's a bit bored of her. The camera then cuts away and we get a full image of a close-up of example singing. After this we get an over-shoulder shot of the woman from behind example, and we see them messing about like girlfriend and boyfriend would. This connotes that he is now interested in his girlfriend again and that it was only for a brief moment when he was not. We next see a medium shot of example while he's blowing a bubble in some chewing gum. Just as it pops, a lot of different men just appear in the exact same spot as the example was sat and seem to just randomise again. This is once again a graphic match. We then snap to example and his girlfriend sat on the settee singing. After this, the screen once again splits into two, and on the left side we get a medium shot of the woman as she grabs hold of the example's hand. On the other half we get a close-up fuzzy of the woman's face, but it seems to be slightly less focused as it seems to be rather fuzzy. This connotes the relationship they have and how happy she is about it. Afterwards we get a cut to a medium shot of a woman which shortly after starts randomising like the men did earlier on in the video. The main focus of this camera shot is the woman's eyes, and this coincides with the music which at this point says, "Look into your eyes, imagine life without you." At this point the randomising stops on the main woman throughout the video. This connotes the fact that in this video example is constantly thinking about this woman. The camera then quickly snaps away and the screen once again splits into two. In one side we have a mid shot of the example reaching to the woman's face, while at the same time in the other side we have the woman randomising with the hand slowly reaching towards her face. After this the women stop randomising and the men start randomising instead. The left side then splits into two so that we now have three screens, and in the third we have a very close up of the woman's ear while the man's hand is going towards it. This connotes a relationship with males and females. We then cut to a long shot of example dancing, and then cuts to a woman dancing. At this point the screen splits in half horizontally this time, and the top half is a close-up of the woman's head while dancing, while the bottom half is still a long shot, except now we can only see the bottom half of her body. Then cuts to a full-screen medium shot of a different woman before cutting to another horizontally split screen where we can see a medium close-up shot of the man's face while he's dancing in the top screen, and a long shot of his lower half dancing in the bottom half of the screen. We then get another similar shot to last with a different man in the camera shot before it cuts to a full screen long shot of the example dancing again. This shot is very short as the screen splits horizontally into three different parts, and we get a variety of different heads, bodies and legs that don't match up, randomly appearing in the sections. This shot then cuts away to a medium shot of example while he is singing and dancing, then cuts away to a long shot of him before cutting to a close-up of his face just to see him wink. This connotes that sign of friendship or joking between mates. Next we have the doorway where people have been dancing has split into three blocks, and we once again have a selection of different people's torso, along with a variety of unusual objects made to look like they're dancing, such as toothbrushes, paintbrushes, a finger with a face drawn on, and other objects, one at a time. One at a time, the three parts of the screen change to a medium shot of example while singing. This instantly changes back into three sections with another variety of people's heads, torsos and feet. This lasts for approximately 2 seconds. After this we get a cut to a long shot of a woman. This also instantly changes to a medium shot of it. This does not last long because the screen is switched horizontally into two, but this time we have in the bottom screen a variety of different people's mouths, and in the top half a variety of people's eyes. This lasts for approximately 14 seconds. More importantly though, at about 1 minute 8 seconds we get example's top half of his head, and we see his eyes look all the way around the room. This is important because at this point the song says wandering eyes, so we are getting more visual enhancements as well as the song itself. The quote wandering eyes connotes that he is no longer interested in his girlfriend and he's starting to look at other women